Hello, beautiful souls. Thank you so much for being here. I am psychic medium Christine Gold, expert coach, newly certified, Reiki master, animal communicator, author, podcaster, community co creator of the Soul Healers community and so many other things. My book, Intuition Saved My Life, and my newly released digital deck, The Empaths Journey. It's a 44 card oracle deck, and it's available on Deckable. So I would love to see you there. And yes, it is Sunday. So let's just dive in. June, we're halfway through the year already. I know. We say this I say this every year. I mean, if you go back to my almost 900 videos on YouTube, wow, give myself a pat on the back for that. To anyone that says, "Well, have you done the work and is it proven?" Yes and yes. And by the way, I don't need science to prove anything. I've had that conversation many times with people that science is just catching up to what we've known for thousands of years. And the fact that you ask if it's proven by science or if you have a certification is because you don't trust yourself, number one. Number two, you need evidence, you need proof because you just can't believe the unbelievable. And it really comes down to healing yourself and that you're stuck in ego. So I pray and I know that this is changing. So, yes, it's June. It's a 6 month. And if you add the numbers up, June 1st, 2024, it's a six. And we've got the 6 portal coming up. Now, what does that mean? It means we're moving through a new energy, a new transition. And sixes are truly about the heart, family, empathy. And I feel, it's about coming home to yourself, really coming home to yourself. So I'm just taking a global temperature from what I'm seeing, the conversations I'm having in our 1 year intuitive program with a lot of the students in the Soul Healers community, which it just opened as well and is free, but I will have different levels. So whether you want to join here on YouTube or if you want to go offline, I can get that link for you as well, or in Facebook. I mean, those are really the three places that I'm choosing to hang out in, that I'm choosing, and yes, it is choosing. Everything in life is a choice. You can choose to react to everything that happens to you, or you can choose to respond. That's the key. And why am I saying that? Uh, well, number one, I hold and I have held a free safe space for empaths, lightworkers, and sensitives online. It was on Zoom. Now it's through Google Meet. It just happened this morning. It happens the first Sunday of every month. It's completely free. If you'd like that, I can hook you up. But something happened on Eventbrite and the link was missing. And the email I got from somebody was very reactive and angry, like it was my fault that they missed out. Honey, you got some healing to do. That's all I'm going to say about that. So, I will not tolerate abuse. I will not tolerate you're having a bad day. Let's dump it all on Christine or dump it on anybody for that matter. Take responsibility for your energy. Be responsible because nobody has the power to make you do or feel anything. It's all up here, but you really need to connect here first. So this is driving This is your inner compass. This is what is going to keep you in that Buddha state, that enlightened state that, many of us already are. It's a choice. What are you choosing? What are you choosing? Are you choosing to be distracted by the illusion, by the drama? Do you crave drama because your soul is so empty that you need people, places, and things to distract you from going to those places? And I'm just going to bring this card out because I really have simplified um, what I'm pulling. And this is the most beautiful, most favorite deck of mine, the Light Seers Tarot. It's the Three of Swords. Really take this in. Take her in. You see, she's screaming. And usually, like the thumbnail for the video is three swords in the heart. One, two, three. You could symbolize or see that as mind, body, spirit. Three souls, three swords. And there are threads and there are deep cuts. But as I say, things need to break apart, especially your heart. These beautiful pieces, then you can put them together, back together in a different way, in a different mindset. And this is all about painful separations, loss, heartbreak. I see this as, not a problem. These are opportunities to heal. And the shadow is coming to the light. And that you're finding inspiration again in a different way, in new ways, in ways you've never experienced, felt, seen before. Piercing. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Heart piercings. Just when especially women, we tend to put things in boxes and compartmentalize. I've said this before because we just don't want to go there. It's just too devastating. It's just too hard. I might fall apart. I might end up in a rubber room, I might be in the intake for the weekend because I've completely lost my mind, which is not a bad thing because you will connect to your heart. And that's what's really being called forward here is your heart. Like my podcast, Heart Led, Soul Fed, because when you are leading with your heart, your soul naturally is fed. And yes, everything is dark and you are tied to it. We have to remember that your heart, it will always remain tender. Like think of tender heart bear, Care Bear, and open. So there could be loss of relationships, belief systems, purpose, goals, disintegration, separation from what we thought we had. Right? Um, Losing something that feels near and dear. Everything passes. Because they always say at the darkest times there is the light. Or my mom would say just sleep on it because the morning things will change. Things do change. And this is all part of the process. Your brightly lit future will arrive because of this experience. Just like a storm, the clouds part, blue skies, rainbows, that smell of rain, the freshness, the renewal. You are light. Anchor in it, nurturing your tender spirit. These are just shadowy times for you to, and opportunities to become stronger and more resilient and give yourself time to heal. And this is just, going through and it's being called up again and again, even for myself. tender moments. Why am I feeling this way? What's going on? Writing, journaling, having these conversations, tapping and leaning into spirit more and into God. Because, I've seen people, even myself, who have been sick, who have some type of diagnosis, whether it's mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, that if I see God as whole, so that means you're whole as well. And what you dwell on here in the mind will magnify. So that's how manifestation healing works, is to align with your whole self, your holistic self, your well self. You already are healed. Speak it, know it, step into it. And the affirmation is always move forward. Baby steps, man. Or you could take giant leaps. I mean, sure, you can rest, you can pause, you can scream, you can cry, you can break dishes, whatever it is. But you really are moving forward. You just don't know it yet, or you just don't feel it yet. That's all it is. So, AMF, always moving forward. So we're going to get into the next piece. Oh, yeah, June 3rd. June 3rd coming up, which would be tomorrow. We have a rare planetary event which will happen just before sunrise. They're calling it the Parade of Planets. Don't you just love that? I've seen the graphics. All the planets are lining up on an axis, right? So you've got Mercury, Jupiter, Uranus, Mars, Neptune, and Saturn is at the top. There's 6. It's amazing. Go look online, go look on Google, get the picture. You go out and have a peek. I mean, we've had so many solar flares. We've had a ton of um oh man, aurora borealis. They've been very intense. I talked about that in May. It still continues. It still continues. And it's really part of sacred geometry and who we truly are, the sun, the alignment, all of it. It's just amazing. So um, there is a new moon in Gemini coming up here on June 7th. And it is Gemini season. So if you're a fellow Gemini, we want to celebrate your birthday. Let us know in the chat, in the comments below. I'd love to celebrate that with you. Yeah, twin energies, Gemini, air energy. Everything's in the air, everything's up in the air. Everything is connecting through the air. Interesting. I mean, we are going to be starting, the school is coming to a close. We've got grads done and all, grad season and all of that, right? And then summer, traveling, air, vacations, just really stepping into more of that leisurely sense, although I treat every day as a leisure day, as a vacation. I feel we really need to lean into that. I mean, there is something to be said about routine and aligning with spirit and doing all of your work, right? Lighting candles and working with tarot and just all of that. So whatever it is, working with bowls and sacred geometry and healing frequencies and your animals and your plants and your herbs and your garden. Oh, yeah. And flowers. So it's an amazing time. And then on June 21st, coinciding with the full strawberry moon in Capricorn, which also is the start of the summer solstice in the northern hemisphere. So, where you have the most light, where things are growing, things are in abundance, things are warm for us, things are moving at a different pace, a more leisurely pace, as they say. Or I think it's a Celtic term, fenwa, which is kind of like meandering and traveling and going to places you've never been before. Even if it's in your local area, just being more of a nomad and experiencing new things, trying new things, um, having fun, road trips, all of that. So let me know what you're doing for your summer. What are your summer plans? Are you going to a retreat? I've seen so many retreats lately too. Um, so it's just an amazing time, and that retreat is still it's still marinating with me where it's going to be. I believe it'll be in the Rocky Mountains first, and then possibly Central America, South America, in the Americas somewhere. So you've got your beautiful summer solstice. And of course, if you're on the southern hemisphere, you're moving into winter, which is a completely different time, season, and feeling. So, again, let me know where you are in the world. I would love to know. Thank you so much, Beatrice, for being here. Ben, we've got quite a few people here saying hi. Wow, somebody from Australia. That's amazing. Thank you so much for being here. And yeah, I want to talk about one more thing. Um, well, a couple more things. I had just finished the retreat, the Rockies Restorative Retreat in Canmore, which was amazing. It was a full weekend of practitioners, shamans, indigenous, pelvic reclamation, mediumship, and then I talked about the abandonment wound and the power struggle between the narcissist and the empath. They come from the same space. And if you think about it, they're like that twin energy. They split off because they both didn't feel safe, but they chose to experience life in a different way. Um, and we're really coming online with this. I don't know if you follow Chiron, Lee Carroll. He's been a channeler for many, many, many years. He was talking about old souls. And I see myself as an old soul. And I get asked, well, what's the difference between an old soul and a new soul and a baby soul? Well, old souls have experienced many, many, many lifetimes and a lot of karma, and they're breaking ancestral trauma, and they're breaking that 7 generation lineage, which you can absolutely do. And we're bringing up the Akashic records as well, because that's been the focus in our 1 year mentorship. That's the focus for June, is the Akashic records. That was the focus for Intuitive Connections group as well. Meaning we have access to the Akashic records at any time. It is the Hall of Records. It is the record of each soul through each lifetime. And it is tied to karma. So that's what old souls are tied to. We are breaking that. The new souls, the babies, the kids, the crystalline, the rainbows, the indigo children that are coming in, they are new souls. And they don't have this garbage that we have. They don't have it. What they have is they are preloaded with all the information, the wisdom, and the downloads and the activations that I currently have. So they are 50 years ahead of me, is what I'm saying, and not in an arrogant, destructive 3D way. This is a 5D consciousness, Christ consciousness, golden age. And the and then, the baby souls, the new souls are in the middle. Think, well, I've brought them up before. It's really the innovators. It's the people that are, especially the new souls, the baby souls that are bringing in technology as well as spirituality and wisdom. It's all merging together. It's a hybrid. It's an exciting time, despite what you see in the media, which is all bullshit. Politics, science, religion, the unholy trinity. Stop focusing on that. Focus on yourself, your spiritual wealth, your health. Stop making excuses. Stop blaming people. Stop reacting. Love. That's what these baby souls are coming in. Love, pure love. That's it. Nothing else. So I'm excited for this time. I don't know if you are, but let me know in the comments below. Please share this out. Please subscribe. Please do all those beautiful things to support this community, because without unity, there is no community. Take care.